is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RDX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard, folks. Time to rock and roll. Give me some volume here. I can barely hear myself. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good afternoon, one and all. Hope you all are doing well. We are here at Hialeah Park, normally Thursdays, but tomorrow's July 4th. And so tomorrow, Sean and I are off. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know what we're going to do, to be quite honest, on Friday. To be truthful, I don't even know what we'll do. We'll see. It's rough sledding right now, you know, overall. But we got some stuff to talk about today, actually, on the show. Not a ton, but actually a lot of really juicy subjects that we've got to talk about today. We've got InterMiami, of course, which I know some of you may not care, but I care like crazy. And I'm looking forward to the game tonight against Charlotte. They're 3-0-1, I believe, without Messi, Suarez, and Rojas. So they are undefeated, basically. They are still atop of the entire league. We have the best NHL team in the world, and now we've got a chance to have the best MLS team in the United States. Switched up there a little bit when I went from NHL to MLS. Okay, yes. I can't mention the world. I'm just talking about inside the borders of the United States. We could have the best football club, and so that'll be pretty cool, at least for me, for Sean, for us all sports guys and gals. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward. I'm actually enjoying the hell out of this stretch here without Messi. I'm more proud of the team now than I've ever been because they're standing on their own 2 feet and they're not so Messi dependent. You know, the Miami Heat is Jimmy Butler dependent. I mean, without him, they're barely a play-in team, right? That's kind of what it is. I mean, just with the piece of him, they're a play-in team. Without him, I don't even know if to make the play-in now. You know, that they would be very dependent. And so at times we've said the Dolphins are Tyreek Hill dependent, where you're forcing it too much. The quarterback, the coach. So you got to dial that back too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not good to be dependent so heavily on one thing, because when that one thing breaks down or it's not around, what are you going to do? You got to be able to stand on your own. And so I am really proud of InterMiami playing and standing on their own without two of their 2 best players. And Rojas, man, he's a player, dude, you know? So I'm not going to say he's one of your best players, but he's a player. You know, he's in your top 11, put it that way. So he's pretty damn important, and he's been out. So it's been pretty cool to see what InterMiami is doing, man. So there we go. So we got that tonight. I am looking forward to that game, 7:30. By the way, Charlotte is plus 105. Miami is plus 215 on the money line. I'm feeling cocky. I mean, no, they're going off of the same shit.
If they've been playing the way, but they've been
Then there's
showing
they're
that
not
they
respect.
can.
Yeah, but there's no respect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're obviously thinking that it's not real, I guess, is what I'm saying. The betting world.
Well, Vegas was off.
saying,
Remember, we took advantage of the Heat.
Yeah.
Of the point spread with the Heat, whether they were too favored or they were.
This is away, right?
Yeah, There's another away game.
Because I felt like
they won in
time,
Philly, they won in Vancouver, right? And now they got a shot here. So,
I would take them right now. I mean, they're hot. They're rolling.
Plus
they're
250.
Yeah, plus 250. That's
plus 215. You're going to double your money?
Yeah. Easy.
Hialeah Park, Hard Rock app. Get $100. Right there. Use the QR code. I'm saying, man, take advantage. I'm again, not a financial advisor, not a betting expert or anything like that, but this is one of those anomalies that I don't understand that Vegas is doing. They did it with the Heat. Remember? We did that last time. Oh, are they crazy? They're favoring the Heat by way too much. Take the opponent. Oh, no. They didn't really get the Heat, and we cashed in like crazy last year or this past season during the basketball season. We took advantage of that shit. This is one where I would I'm going to put a little action plus 215. I'm sorry. I already put some action plus 215. I did it last night. I was like, no way, dude. I'm taking these guys. So I'm looking forward to that. We got a bunch of things to talk about, believe it or not, on the show, which is really, really cool. What do you got?
No, Ray Sosa said that Charlotte is a great team at home, and they've had several clean sheets at home. So apparently they play differently, so that's why.
And Philadelphia is a heck of a team too, and they beat Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Let me see the standings. Let me see the MLS standings. Where are we at here? Because if I remember correctly, they did pretty damn good. Here we go. Standings. Okay. Well, Philly's 12th this year, so that's not as good as Charlotte, who's got 32 points and in 6th place. Vancouver's in 8th place with 28 points. So they're what's that called? They are comparable to the team that you're playing now, tonight. Let's see. They won in Nashville 2-1. They won in Philly 2-1. They beat Columbus at home 2-1. They tied St. Louis 3-3. They lost to Atlanta at home 3-1. Was that the last Messi game? That was the Messi game, wasn't it? Yeah. Because they're 3-0-1, and that's it. They lost last with Messi. That's funny. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. They tied the first game without Messi. They scored 3 goals against St. Louis, and then they've gone 3-0 since then, and 2 of them have been road games. It's pretty good, man.
I went to look at the table for the MLS, and ESPN has some articles up. Now listen to this for clickbait. Has MLS made Messi drop in form for Argentina?
There you go. He got injured, bro. He didn't even play in the last game. He got the hammy. By the way, Nashville.
He went to MLS. He's not Messi anymore. Is that what?
I mean, give me a break. He's been playing great. Nashville, by the way, has 26 points. They're in 7th place, and they beat him on the road now. They just beat him on the road, Nashville. So, Charlotte has got 32. It's only a couple points ahead. I like what I'm seeing from these guys, man. How's that?
Like you always say, if you believe in it, get it.
Yeah, man, definitely. And with Charlotte, I'm trying to see what their last three matches with Charlotte. Oh, by the way, against Miami, last 3 matches. 1-0 Charlotte, 2-2 tie, and 4-0 Miami. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what we shall see. I like it. All right. Anyway, facts. Messi is not the same. Well, of course he's. Oh, well, let's go Ecuador. He's a homer. As he gets older, of course he's not the same. Frankie. Okay. Yeah, Frankie was rooting. I could not get used to those Colombian uniforms yesterday. Black and orange. I get it because they both have yellow in them. So I understand that. Well, make the Colombian ones more green then. So it stands out a little bit more because they have green and yellow in theirs. I don't know. I would have gotten another color, red or something. I would have gotten something from them. So I would have changed some kind of color from them and made it more prominent. But I could not get used to the black and orange, and it wasn't a great looking uniform either. I don't know. I guess it's just because you're Colombia, bro. I'm used to seeing your colors. It's like the Warriors taking off their colors. That's what Colombia did. They were going through the orphans, and they told them to take off their colors, and they took off their colors, and they're not Warriors anymore. I mean, come on, let's go. If you're Warriors, you stay with your colors. You come out to play. No, I just couldn't get used to it. It happens sometimes. Some of these teams come up with these uniforms, and you're like, yo, bro, that has nothing to do with who you are. It's like, yeah. So I'm not in for that one. Captain Saki, by the way, checking in first. I see on the chat board there. He is in Tarpon Springs. By the way, Ray Martinez, thank you, sir, for the love. He wasted no time today, dropping a Bitcoin donation. He says, for happy Wednesday, awesome dip. Yes, sir. We are in the 5960 area. Another fantastic dip. And thank you for the Bitcoin donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. I always appreciate it. Thank you very much. Always a great way to help us grow, like visiting, of course, our merchandise shop. Let's see, what else do we have? What's up, Fins Nation? Waken and Bacon says, think Blue Dodgers. Steven Gonzalez says, oh, it's a beautiful day. Inter plays and the Panthers keep Lundell. Take notes, Heat and Marlins fans. This is how you run a real organization. With the Heat, it's not that they don't, I saw this. Here we go. Heriberto Hernandez. Big O, why does it seem like the big-time players are staying away from the Heat? I remember correctly, Shaq had a falling out with Riley, and LeBron didn't leave under the best circumstances. Okay, LeBron's an asshole. He waited till after the moratorium. He screwed Pat Riley in the Heat, whatever. LeBron knew where he was going. He could have told Riley, so that's that. Shaq was an asshole down the stretch. I'm not blaming Riley for any of this. So that stuff, Shaq was wrong. Riley has his ways, okay? He's set in his ways. We all know that. It's not that the big-time players I tried to walk you guys through reality. Was it yesterday or the day before? Pat Riley doesn't throw rings around. This is a myth that you guys have created and the media has created, I guess, and fans have created. Pat Riley has no aura about him that, oh, my God, we're going to just go there. No, dude, the bottom line is that the Heat have made so many bad moves over the last 10 years. They've mismanaged things that they don't have the ammunition to bring the great players over. Remember, as I'll repeat again, Bosh and LeBron were recruited by Wade. And to prove that Pat Riley had nothing to do with it, they required Pat Riley to trade for him when they could have just signed straight up contracts. Pat Riley had created all the cap space to go out and get, max level players. And all they had to do was come over. They were straight up free agents. But no, they required the Heat to trade for him because they wanted to trade for their bird rights. So they would max out their contracts, which proves to you Riley has zero power, zero influence in the entire deal. Because all those players gave a shit about was playing together, having a shot at the title, but they were going to get their money and they were going to get their bird rights. They didn't care that the first-round picks that they were sending to Cleveland and to Toronto, all those first-round picks could have been used to improve the team around them. They didn't give a shit about that. Pat Riley has no power. Bosch leaves, has an opportunity to go to Houston. He's taken a deal for less money to go to Houston. Miami creates the situation where he can come back. He requires them to pay him more. Pat Riley has no power. So I don't know where this bullshit has been created and all that. Oh my God, the Godfather walks in the room and drops the rings. And that has never existed. Ever. But we created the myth. And we watered it and we nurtured it and all. Heat culture is real. That's real. Spoelstra's real. Their draft department, that's real. They can find guys in the draft. They can find guys undrafted. These things are real. The myth is, Heriberto, you've bought into the myth completely, my brother. Butler is here because of Wade, not because of anything else. And Lowry got here because of Butler. Yeah, no, he wanted Lowry for years, and he couldn't get Lowry. I mean, why didn't he lay out the rings? The myth, the stories, the fables. You got to stop already with that shit. And what's going on now, and this is why I told everybody, you got no shot at Donovan Mitchell, and you got no shot at whoever else. Who were the other names the last few years? Whatever. It was just whatever. And I kept telling you, you have no ammunition. They have no first-round picks. Meanwhile, everyone else, Drew Holiday got traded for 4 first-round picks a few years back to go to Milwaukee. Since then, everybody else gets moved for tons of first-round picks. And Miami may have 1, sometimes 2. And somehow we think, oh no, Pat Riley's going to walk into the room and throw the rings on the table. ¿Desde cuándo? Heriberto, since you speak Spanish, ¿desde cuándo? Since when? ¿Desde cuándo? Since when does he do that? Please explain that to me. When has he done that? But you create that myth and you keep putting it in your head and you keep creating something that's never existed. You got Shaq because he weighed 400 pounds and had a toe problem and was fighting with the head coach. So then he had to motivate himself for 1 year where he lost weight, and then he started back to his ways after that. That's why I was telling you before, Shaq was an asshole. Shaq was an asshole down the stretch with the Lakers, got fat, lazy, had a toe problem, was weighing 400 pounds, and they had to part ways with his ass. Even Kobe didn't want him around anymore because his fat, lazy ass wasn't working. And then all of a sudden, when he got exposed for being a big, fat, lazy ass, they pushed him out of L.A., and then he came to Miami, and he lost all that weight and played some amazing basketball. But that was the last year you saw amazing basketball from Shaq. You never saw that kind of basketball ever again from Shaq. The following year, he played all right, but not like he played the year before. That was the year they should have won. If it wasn't for his injury and Wade's injury, they win. They beat Detroit and they beat San Antonio. Those two were playing out of their minds. He was motivated, and then he lost the motivation. And then it started to go downhill. And in the Dallas finals, it was Alonzo Mourning, the most important center in the finals, because he made all the defensive plays. Big defensive plays over and over and over again. Defensively, he was the most important center in the series. Not Shaq. So, I blame where the blame deserves to be on Shaq or on LeBron for being vicious and mean. That he waited till after the moratorium to make his decision, and the Heat and Pat Riley. Pat Riley could have made some moves before the moratorium. He had the space. He could have done some stuff, and LeBron knew that. And LeBron purposely waited till the 10 days of the moratorium were done. And then he released his and Riley had no choice but to wait at that moment because he was at his disposal at that moment. So, but since then, they have given away first rounders. They have given away really bad contracts. And if you ask yourself, and I keep telling you guys this, what star is coming to the Miami Heat knowing Jimmy Butler doesn't play at all during the regular season? And I don't know how nobody writes this. I don't know how nobody else talks about this, because I'm the only one that mentions this many, many times over. You think other stars aren't looking around going, Jimmy doesn't even give a shit about the record. So I got to go there and bust my ass for 82 games to get this team in a higher spot in the playoffs, and he's going to be sniffing coffee and riding horses and going to tennis matches and taking game 3 off and, whatever. Nah, I'm not doing that. Why would Donovan Mitchell be stupid to come here and work his ass off in the regular season while Jimmy Butler has been coasting for 2 years now? He doesn't try at all in the regular season. Anybody ever talk about that? Why would a star come to play? Oh, by the way, I'm still waiting. This is going to be what? Jimmy Butler's 6th year now? Yeah, this is his 6th year coming up. Hey, I'm still waiting. All those people that tell me, no, Jimmy Butler will be able to recruit a star to play with him. Still waiting for that. Still waiting. What happened? Wade can recruit stars to come here when he's not even here. I'm still waiting. But NBA people said, no, yeah, stars will want to play with Jimmy. Well, I don't know what it is. His style is perfect to play with another star because he's selfless as hell. He is unselfish, dude. Another star should want to play. But why did it not? It never happened. And so Miami has not had the ammunition. They don't have the right cap space at times. So they never get the star anymore because they've been incompetent lately. Can we just call it like we see it? They have mismanaged the team the last 10 years. Eric Spoelstra saves their asses constantly. Now, let's talk about something going on with the Heat that is laughable, that continues to be the mismanagement of the Miami Heat. Okay? And again, I'm not calling for anybody's head, but you want praise? I'll give you praise. When you mismanage, I'll give you the mismanagement stuff, and I'll say, hey, you're not doing it right. DeMar DeRozan. Where is that a good idea? And again, the reports are, well, yeah, he's interested in Miami if the money's right. But I thought the rings. Didn't Pat Riley get on a Zoom call and say, hey, DeMar, look at this. Rings. Isn't that what it takes? I thought that's the myth. Because it's not a legend. It's a myth. It's not fact. It's a myth. Okay, so you want another 2-point player in a 3-point world. We're going to keep doing this shit. That's what we're doing now. We don't learn our lesson that the rest of the league plays the 3, and we keep playing the 2 and keep playing. We think that defense and 2-point game, yeah, if we work hard enough and if, everything goes well, we'll be in the game. Really, that's how you want to play the game. Okay. Way to go. I can't help you, man. And I don't care who's in the front office, and I don't care who owns the team or whatever. I'm telling you, DeMar DeRozan, that's a joke, dude. Another aging veteran. I know he can play, but he's a 2-point player. How many more of these guys are you going to add? Where does that make any sense? That's lipstick on a pig. And, the whole thing that, Pat Riley's getting up there and he doesn't have time. Well, bro, that's not the point. It's not about what's best for one guy that he doesn't want to take a step back. Riley has to, unfortunately, you're going to have to take a couple steps back to take a couple steps forward. And it starts by, no DeMar DeRozan. You trade Jimmy Butler. You go get yourself that barrel of picks so you can then reload the team. I just started with, I have faith in their drafting. Overall, I have faith that they can find talent and develop it, but you'll never acquire a star if you don't have the cap space and if you don't have the capital. And everybody else that's acquiring stars is giving up 4 or 5 first rounders and then pick swaps and a second rounder. Miami has maybe 1 to 2 first rounders. Right now, it's only 1. But again, the myth. Well, no, Pat Riley will walk in and he'll spread the rings. So now we got to hear about DeMar DeRozan. Are you kidding me, dude? The Heat is going to have a great offseason by taking a couple of steps back. And that the Heat Nation then says, okay, well, this is a rebuilding time, reshuffling time, kind of like 08-09, where you then create the cap space so you can get liquid, where you can create the capital so you can have then the ammunition, the stuff you don't have now. You don't have flexibility and you don't have capital. And you're not going anywhere. And you want to keep drinking the Kool-Aid, bro? You go ahead and keep getting drunk on that Kool-Aid. The facts are, 5 years ago, you were in the perfect scenario inside a bubble. And the Heat organization is perfectly built for those kind of moments. Shortened season, bubble, have your players psyched out, and they had a chance. If Bam and Dragon don't get injured, maybe they surprise the Lakers, maybe. But it was flukish. Everything that happened that year still. And then 2 years ago, you end up in the finals again. You get handled by Denver because you don't belong there. But how did you get there? Embiid was injured, playing with one hand, and no Giannis. More breaks. But then you fill this shit in your head that you think the Heat is better than what they really are. And that's the problem with the Heat Nation. And you keep thinking, well, you've been going through the last 5 years, it's what you did with LeBron. No, dude. No, don't be stupid. That's when you were dominant. That's when you can say, yeah, we got to definitely have a shot. We can beat everybody. We got LeBron, we got Bosh, we got Wade, Battier, Ray Allen, whole different world. You don't have that now. Even in the cock blocking years, which is what I call the Michael Jordan years, where he cock blocked the Heat, the Knicks, the Cavs, the Pacers, the Jazz, many teams that had an opportunity at a time. Those teams with Timmy and Zoe and PJ and Marley and way better than the team you got now. That team had a much better chance to win a title, but they had Michael Jordan in the way, which, the entire league had to deal with the best in the business. I think we've seen what greatness is. This isn't greatness, what's happened the last 5 years. It's flukeness. It's Eric Spoelstra being the best coach in the NBA is what it is. Kudos to Jimmy Butler. He played his ass off, but the stars align for you. You know how the stars haven't aligned for Dolphin fans the last 2 years, that by the end of the year, your team is so injury riddled, you got no shot at winning? Well, basically for Heat fans, whether they want to admit it or not, that stretch was a bunch of lies. You weren't that good. And when you got to the finals last year, it proved it. Denver spanked your ass and sent you home and said, hey, kids, nice run. Now get the hell out of here and let the men take over. So the problem with the Heat Nation is you guys have become, I don't have a newer reference for this. Like Jim Jones drink the Kool-Aid. Well, you got a modern day, anybody got a modern day reference like Jim Jones drink the Kool-Aid? You youngins, go check out your history. So, Jim Jones had his people, and they all drank the Kool-Aid and died because they all believed in the same crap he did. And it seems like the Heat Nation drinks from the same freaking Kool-Aid. And they lost sight of what a real great team looks like. And it isn't anything like what you've seen here the last 5 years. What you've watched is Eric Spoelstra, the best coach in the universe, be David Copperfield in the NBA. Make that front office look better than what it really is. Okay? Because the front office has failed Eric Spoelstra over and over and over again over the last 10 years. I doubt Eric Spoelstra really wanted Hassan Whiteside, but Pat Riley forced it down his throat. So, I think what needs to happen, there needs to be a come to Jesus for a lot of you in the Heat Nation, and you need to really understand what the hell is going on. That's what needs to go. And this DeMar DeRozan crap. Are you kidding me? This is lipstick on a pig. You're not going anywhere. The East got better, and Miami isn't better. And if you and the other fable and myth, Jimmy Butler's all of a sudden going to play 75 games and stay healthy and get you in a top 4 seed and kick ass. And stay healthy enough to have a 2.5 month run in the playoffs, because, of course, if that happens, you're going to the finals again, because that's what's happened twice before. Even though the aforementioned scenarios explained are not really taken into the reality of what you really are. So, love the Heat organization, but they're not doing a good job lately. And they get lucky, absolutely lucky, that they have Eric Spoelstra. Because if they had any other coach, you guys would be ripping the front office on a consistent basis. Because they would have had some bad years. A lot of shit would have happened that it would have woken up. It would have flustered the Heat Nation. But Eric Spoelstra hides so many deficiencies. He's too good, man. He's just too good. He makes wine out of water. He squeezes blood out of rocks. He parts any sea in the world. That guy is a monster, bro. That guy is the best basketball coach I have seen down here. Ocala Joe, afternoon. Owen Sean from Ocala Oven. We call home. Have a great show. Yeah, it's an oven everywhere, pretty much, man. Jay Gelfin is in the house. Thank you, sir. Hope everybody has a safe, healthy, and happy Independence Day tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I just need an Inter-Miami win tonight. That's what I want. NorCal is checking in from hot NorCal. 107 today. It's hot everywhere, man. Doesn't matter where you're at. It's doesn't matter where you're at in the world, you know. Civil writes, good afternoon, Big O Nation. Tampico James wishing everybody a happy Inter-Miami match day. Josh is in. Let's go Inter-Miami. He needs to rebuild instead of going after dinosaurs. Jeff in Long Island. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you have a happy and safe 4th of July. Thank you, sir. Lisa Rose in. Lights out. is OC. Says, Big O, it's funny that the best the Heat might possibly sign is DeMar DeRozan, and like Fat Kyle, it's past his prime. I know. He's better than Kyle, but again, past his prime, dude. Sadowski, that's right. Lundell, 6 years. Marlins, I don't talk about you because you don't deserve it, but I'm going to point out what you don't do right. Look at the Florida Panthers. Anton Lundell, one of their young guys in his early 20s, 22 years old, 6-year contract. So now you got him through his 28th year, 28 points in 54 playoff games, wins 54% of his faceoffs, and only getting better. Only getting better. They also signed a defenseman by the name of Nate Schmidt to a 1-year contract. But more importantly, a Reinhardt comes up and they sign him. And they have Barkov, and they sign their guys, and Kachuk and Bob, and they spend money, dude. They build a core. You got your championship team, and unlike, what the Marlins do is that, they break it up. No, dude, your championship team's coming back. Over and over and over again, because all those guys are signed to long-term deals. Oh, and by the way, these aren't backloaded contracts like they used to do with the Marlins. This guy, Sherman, doesn't even have contracts. But at least Lawyer would try to acquire somebody, but then backload it so he can milk the guy for a couple of years. Then when it gets expensive, trade the back end of the contract, whereas the expensive part, so he doesn't have to pick it up, the cheap bastard. I mean, Marlins, you can sit there and watch a franchise build itself up from the ashes where you're at, and now they're the number 1 team in town. They have overtaken the Heat organization. They're the best organization in town right now, not overall for the last 25 years. That's the Heat by miles. But in the last couple of years, I'm going to go last 5 years, because I don't care that they went to the finals twice. They were a fluke. The Panthers are the real deal, and they won. It's a difference. There's a huge difference when you win. Huge difference when during the season you were constantly proving that you were the best team in the league. He'd never do that. So, that's different. When you come from the 7 seed or some shit, 8 seed, it's flukish. It's flukish shit. The Florida Panthers have become the best organization in town. They're the best team in town. That's by far. That's not even close. So if you're the Marlins, but it takes money, it takes commitment, it takes balls, it takes character, and that's something that the Marlins leadership has lacked forever. So the Panthers are doing it the right way, and you can look at the Miami Marlins and check out how it shouldn't be done. No, they canceled the wave. Apparently, the wave was canceled. Let me see what the excuse was. They canceled the stupid wave that they were planning. Let me see. I know I saw it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, it's gone now. Anyway, I think also Slater reported it. That the way they said that logistics or something, it wasn't in the end they got called out for being the phony crap organization that they are. They don't care about winning. They're not trying, and all they do is fluff bullshit. And it's just they probably canceled it out of pure embarrassment. Like they finally looked in the mirror and, well, this is what we are. We're a cheesy ass organization that can't accomplish anything on the field because we're an incompetent ownership group. We're incompetent baseball people, but let's, do fluff bullshit to try to bring some attention to us. It's just, it's pathetic, dude. That's all. It's all. It's just the Marlins are pathetic in every way, shape, and form. That's all. That's all I can tell you. Oscar Rojas is in, smashing that like button. Let's go, man. Smash it. Only 21 likes. We got 87 watching already. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. We're working hard for you guys. What else do we have? It was a black jersey with red out. Whatever it was, bro. It was bogus. It didn't look good, Frankie. It wasn't Colombia. Okay? I want Colombia to look like Colombia. It was weak. Weak sauce. Yesterday's game between Brazil and Colombia was the first time two powerhouses were playing against each other. Could we call Colombia still a powerhouse? Really? Like they're good? Powerhouse? Must have Colombian national team. Can you check up what they've won? How many World Cups have they won lately? How many Copas have they won lately? Just like, Colombian national team. There's got to be a Wikipedia. I wouldn't call them a powerhouse anymore, dude. Good, yes. Powerhouse? Nah. Are you Colombian? Is he Colombian? Oh, blind ass fan. I got it now. Give him a blind ass fan there. Give him a blind ass fan. Colombia powerhouse. Come on, bro. That's funny. Now I know where that comes from. The Homer stuff. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Colombia's not a powerhouse.
Blind ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind ass fan coming through.
They used to be a powerhouse. I'm not. No. I know you've mentioned this, Big O. What a lot of Heat fans don't want to admit is that we caught some nice breaks during the last 5 years. The bubble, you also caught the break of the shortened season, the bubble, special circumstances, and the Heat organization is built for those kind of moments. But again, it's all flukish. How many times are you going to be in a bubble? How many times are you going to have a pandemic? You know what I'm saying? So that's why. Heat fans don't want to admit that we caught some breaks during last year's playoff run. We had no business being in the finals. Of course not. Of course not. The Panthers were really building real stars on the team. Stars. Not star. Stars. I said this last year, that the Heat just have one star and the Panthers have several stars. So the only powerhouse Colombia has is think Blue Dodgers. Colombian women. Now that's a powerhouse. Now that's a powerhouse. Colombian soccer team. Kiss my ass. Powerhouse. Come on, man. Give me a break. Give him another blind ass fan alert, please. You gotta give him another one. Gotta get the whole thing in. That's what we need.
Blind ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind ass fan coming through.
Chip Taylor says, calling out Heat Nation, out of touch. Oh, no one's happy with what's happening for or lack thereof. Calling out the front office, not the fan base. I'm calling out everybody. I call out the front office and I call out the fan base, Chip. The fan base has gotten ridiculous. The fan base has become a bunch of Frankie Frescos. Absolute homers. They don't really see what's really going on. You know, they can't really talk about what's going on. You know, they think their team is better than what it really is, a la Frankie Fresco. You know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I got to call out. I think the Heat Nation has become a very homerish fan base. And by the way, you know, a little touchy. Like, see what you look at your calling out Heat Nation out of touch. Oh, no one's happy with what's happening for lack thereof. Calling out the front office, not the fan base. No, I have to call out both. The fans, some of you think that Bam's like a real star or something. You guys actually think he's like a franchise player. That's a blind ass fan. He's not. Can't impose his offensive will. Somehow or another, you think the team is better than what it really is. Oh, no, we'll climb. I heard this from the Heat Nation. Oh, no, we'll climb out of it. We did it last year. Like, really, dude? You think, like, that's normal, climbing out of the 7th and 8th seed to get to the finals? You think that, like, you're going to do that every year? Like, how stupid is that? So, yeah, no, the Heat Nation has become a blind-ass fan nation, dude. It's not an astute fan club. It's become a bunch of fanboys and fangirls is what it's become. Yeah. Yeah. And not enough people call them out like Barry does. I give props to Barry. He calls it out for what it is. It's been mismanaged, man. No, I'm not calling for anybody's head or anything like that. I'm just saying Riley doesn't have his fastball lately. And they keep making all kinds of mistakes, and Eric Spoelstra keeps saving his ass. Those are the facts. And you guys don't help out by thinking that you're, oh, everything's fine. And no, it's not, dude. No, it's not. And many of the Heat Nation were all for the Kyle Lowry deal. I was out of touch too, by the way, with the Kyle Lowry deal by saying that it was a terrible deal from the. I didn't want that deal from the get-go, but so hey man, I'm constantly out of touch. What can I tell you? So all I can tell you, I'm constantly out of touch. True FinFan. Thank you for the love on the super chat. Is this the first double blind ass family? Yes. Because, Frankie wanted to call them, if we would have called Colombian women powerhouses, I think Blue Dodgers is correct. That's a powerhouse. The soccer team, no longer a powerhouse. Colombia hasn't been a powerhouse in soccer in a long time, dude. Long time. So, anyway. Yeah, Colombia, it is good that they tied Brazil, Bill's fake crowd noise, but they're not a powerhouse. Just saying. That's all. He goes, you could give me a blind ass front, but at least Colombia has a soccer team. Cuba has no soccer team. Brother, I'm not here to talk about Cuba. I mean, I know I hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? But, this is not kindergarten, bro. This is not like third grade. So now you need to go find something else in the discussion. Nobody talked about Cuba, bro. I'm not stupid enough to talk about Cuban soccer. You know what I'm saying? Do they even have a soccer team? Do they? What do they do? Kick a sugar cane ball around or something? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, bro. I know your feelings are hurt now, so you got to go after my Cuban heritage. But by the way, soy Baco, Papa, España. So you picked on the wrong country. My ancestors aren't Cuban, they're Spanish. That's where the green eyes come from. So if you want to pick on Spain, I don't know, but I think we've won a lot bigger tournaments than you have lately. So, al Sugaray. So if you're going to pick on my heritage, my brother, pick on my Spanish brethren. Because Cuba is like America. There are no Americans and there are no Cubans. They all came from somewhere else and then inhabited that part of the world. Okay, the only Americans are the Indians. That's it. But Cubans came from everywhere else too, by the way. And my part of the family came from España. Al Zugaray. Soy Vasco. So if you want to compare Spain and Colombia, yeah, I'm just saying, there's a World Cup and a Euro there lately, so just saying. So if you're going to pick on my heritage, pick on my Spanish brethren. That's really my real heritage. Okay? Not since Valderrama has Colombia. Right, exactly. That's when they were a powerhouse. That's the point. And he's wrong. But, like an 8-year-old, he wants to go after my heritage. Howdy-o. The Eagles in the Sphere, September or October. Once it's confirmed, I'll be going to Vegas. Good for you, bro. Good for you. And this Eagles group does a really good job, man. Even with the Glenn Fry songs, The Sun or Vince Gill. Vince Gill, wow, dude. Like, I'm not a country guy, but Vince Gill is a stud, bro. Stud musician. Just awesome, man. Awesome. Like, I know him as a country guy, and I'm not a country expert or anything, but then to see him transition over and do what he did with the Eagles, and the Eagles have a country what's that called, influence in their music anyways. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to Tequila Sunrise, there's country influence in some of their songs, Desperado and all that kind of stuff, that era. So, they've always had, in the long run, you have a country influence in a lot of their music. But you're going to really enjoy, Ray. If you haven't seen this version of the Eagles, you're going to enjoy them big time. Big time. And Henley still sounds phenomenal, which is a blessing. So you get to still hear one of the voices. Timothy B. Schmidt obviously will do his thing. So that's my favorite song, the one he sings. So yeah, you're gonna like it. And in the Sphere, the best sounding venue I have ever been to in my life. Okay, best sounding venue ever. Never been to a venue that sounds better than that. Crystal clear, bro. I can't imagine how the Eagles are going to sound there. They're going to just sound absolutely perfect. Ray says Argentina, France, Spain, Germany, Italy are the powerhouses. Colombia, we are not there yet. That's more, you know what, Ray? There you go. And Ray's Colombian. We aren't there yet. See, Ray is a realistic hombre. Frankie, he's a little blind ass fan there. Cuba has a soccer team. They do. Wow. Damn. Have they ever scored a goal? Do they even know how to play soccer? Really? Cubans don't play soccer, bro. Come on. I'm joking. Relax out there, just in case somebody like Frankie. Some Cuban out there get touchy like Frankie got touchy. Let's see. My family might be part Swedish and Canadian, but I'm not claiming that. Hey, man, the Swedes are cool. Canadians are good people. I mean, it's their government is the problem in Canada. It's not that Canadians are fantastic. Okay? It's Trudeau and all that garbage that they've got there. That's really the problem that's bringing Canada down. I don't know. I'd be very proud of being Swedish or Canadian. Just be kind of pissed at my Canadian leadership. Ecuador is the powerhouse, says Josh. Rosendo says Cubans invented soccer. Pat says, oh, did you notice at the Sphere that as soon as you exit the level you are seated in, you don't hear anything from the concert? The tech is, yeah. Oh, that's right. You are correct. You're right. And he's been there several times to this more than I have. And I've been there 3 times, and he's right. The second you go out to the concourse, you won't know the band is on. So sometimes when you're pre-concert and you're in line, and then all of a sudden you hear the music, and you're like, oh shit, we got to no shot at the Sphere. That he's right about that. He's right about that. It's got, once you walk into the lobby has its own ambiance. It has its own videos and music and or messages or anything that they're promoting. So yeah, the second you go into the lobby, you're going into something else differently. Yeah. He's right about that. Yeah, so one doesn't really roll into the other. You're right. Lenny Pena says Dominican Republic even has a soccer team, but they confuse soccer with baseball, so they tend to use their hands. LOL. My parents are Dominican, by the way, so please don't anyone get butt hurt. There you go. We got to do those things, right? Because we can't joke about each other anymore. Because there's always somebody getting all sensitive. Like Frankie. Oh, my God, my team's not a powerhouse? Cubans suck.
In 2023, Cuba was outscored 26-6.
We scored 6?
Yes.
That's awesome.
They were beat by 2 teams, 12-0 in that run. It was 8-0-4-0. So,
wow.
But they do got some wins. They've got wins.
Wow. If you lose to the Cuban soccer team, that's pretty shameful.
Yeah.
Who lost to the Cuban soccer team?
Oh,
let's laugh at who lost to the Cuban soccer team.
All right.
That's the funny part. Like, that's the kicker there. You lost to the Cuba soccer team. Like, come
Nicaragua.
on. Oh, well, that's understandable. What the hell do they know about soccer?
I'm just telling you.
They're baseball and boxing too, bro.
Here it goes. It gets better. Suriname.
Hey, what the hell do they know about soccer?
They drew with Haiti.
Oh, hey, that's a good one. Haitians know soccer, bro. That's their sport.
No, they lost 2-0 to Uruguay.
Well, okay, they're supposed to lose. I mean, if they would have beat Uruguay, now that would have been one hell of a.
They beat Guadalupe.
Guadalupe, yeah, but they've got like 8 people on that island.
Barbados.
We've got like 15 on that island.
They drew with the aforementioned Dominican Republic.
What do the Dominicans know about soccer?
They beat Dominican Republic.
Dominicans know cigars, beer, baseball, boxing. What else, Dominicans? What, women?
In a 3-day span, they beat the Dominican Republic 4-2 and tied and had a draw 1-1.
What else are the
Antigua.
Dominicans known for? But you got Antigua. Again, 8 people on an island.
They beat Barbados again.
Yeah, 13 people on the island.
Belize.
That's all expats just retired there hanging out. By the way, Belize has gone through a dry spell that's been brutal, dude. They have gone through a drought. I have too much crap in my head, by the way. Too much crap. Why would I know that about Belize? Anyways, it's just stupid shit. What else do we have? Cuba has appeared in the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup on one occasion in 1938. Oh, that's right. The DR knows rum.
At least it was recent.
Yeah. All over the Caribbean islands, they know rum. Rum is everywhere, bro. You go to Barbados, it's rum. Cuba, rum. All if you notice, all the Caribbean islands, we're experts in rum. Every one of them, pretty much. Doesn't matter. You go to Martinique, we've got all the rum barrels here. So the French are producing all kinds of rum too. Everybody in the Caribbean is a rum expert. It's just fantastic. Doesn't matter what island you visit. We've been making rum here for 87,000 years. Anyways, Cubans invented rum. Actually, Puerto Rico is the rum capital. You see what I'm saying? Everybody takes, rum.
It depends which bottle you read, right?
Right, exactly. Yes. What's that called? Mountain Gay or something? The rum that Barbados. It was in Times Square the other day. It's like, and then they're doing the same thing in Puerto Rico and, whatever. It's just kind of like, that's always been, Cuba, although with Cuba the problem with Cuba is that their governments have ruined everything. The quality of everything for Cuba has gone down, period. From cigars to rum to anything and everything that they do, all their quality has gone down because of the way they run their government. So that's why they can't claim anything anymore, because they've got such poor leadership for, over half a century. It's buried them overall. They don't excel at anything now anymore. It's sad, really sad for them. Hemingway invented rum and coke. There you go. I thought he invented the beard. That's what I'm gonna give Hemingway the credit for inventing the beard. By the way, our friends at Acura Pembroke Pines, are we there tomorrow? Friday? No? Are we in studio Friday? Okay. All right. Well, they got the summer performance sales event going on right now. 3.9% financing going on at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines. Hey, man, they've been great sponsors of ours for like 14 years now. Obviously, all 4 years of our platform they've been sponsoring, and we thank them. They've been one of the rocks, of our platform. Them and Welton Rayom and Kingsware have been, some of them have been with us right from day one all the way through, and we really appreciate the Zinn family for supporting us. And folks, they've got 3.9% financing going on right now for 60 months. The all-new ZDX is in, so if you're looking to get away from gasoline and not go to a gas station anymore, the ZDX, I think it gets like 320, 330 miles to the full charge, which, who the hell drives that in a day? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a great car to have for several days, and then at home you can just charge it and you're ready to go, baby. And let me tell you right now, they've got some great deals. The Integra, the 2024, is $319. The RDX is $419, and the MDX is $429. They are the number one volume sales dealership in the United States. Check them out. And when it comes to their service center, Mike Chan and Jordan Ferber kick ass at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. All right. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. 980 West 22nd Street in Hialeah. Alan Blanco, custom printing and embroidery. Listen, if your company, you're looking for new shirts or hats or uniforms, whatever it is that you need for your business, call my friends at 3A Graphics and 786-618-1443. They do it all, man. Custom printing and embroidery. They do all of our custom printing and embroidery. They do amazing work, folks. So check it out. They're in Hialeah. You can call them, and that is Alan Blanco's cell phone number. That's the owner's cell phone number. You will reach him right away, 786-618-1443. 3A Graphics, support the great people that support our platform here at 3A Graphics, man. All right. What else do we have going on? Huh? Oh, I did not do the calendar. I'm sorry. Charlotte taking on InterMiami tonight at 7:30. I'm sorry for the 3A Graphics Sports calendar. Charlotte, by the way, plus 105 on the money line. InterMiami plus 215. No Messi, Suarez, and Rojas again. Not a problem. I like their chances. Panthers re-sign Anton Lundell to a 6-year contract. That is amazing. 22-year-old, so you'll get him here for his prime. And unlike the Marlins, they re-signed their own. And they also signed defenseman Nate Schmidt to a 1-year contract. There you go. That is your 3A Graphics Sports calendar. My bad. By the way, did you see the Aces and the Fever played yesterday? Fever lost to the Aces are the champions. Kelsey Plum is probably my favorite player in the league. She's just like she just seems like she's super. Besides being a hell of a player, she had a monster game last night. She's also like super. She seems super cool, and I'm glad she got away from Darren Waller because that guy's an absolute nutcase. But anyway. So they play at the Michelob Ultra Arena, which holds 12,000. They moved it to T-Mobile because of Caitlin and 20,000 and sold the place out. And tickets that normally, okay, put it this way. The next game against the Aces, for the Aces, is against Washington in their arena at the Michelob Center. The tickets are going for $12. Tickets were averaging $95 yesterday. Okay, $92. That's up 667%. Somebody paid for 4 tickets yesterday, $2,584. They paid $646 a ticket to see Caitlin Clark and the Aces. That's some shit, dude. That is power, bro. You want a powerhouse? Caitlin Clark is a powerhouse of a draw for the WNBA. The Aces are the best team in the league. They're the champions. Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum are monsters. And I mean this, ladies, in a very positive way. I mean, like, they're awesome. They're 2 of the best players in the world. And Asia Wilson carries herself like a goddess. You know, she's really cool. Just like Kelsey Plum, so likable, dude. But anyway, as I digress, nobody cares about that. But just my point is, just watching this, because I do watch the league, the impact that girl has had is just absolutely sick, dude. Nobody does this, bro. Nobody does this shit. Whatever city she can go to that they can move it from the regular WNBA arena to the NBA arena, they do it and sell it out. Crazy. Yes, sir. They probably should put the Pacers in the Fever arena and the Fever in the Pacers arena. They probably should switch it in that city now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to find it right now. I believe that was one of the largest attendances in T-Mobile Arena as well, not just.
Well, it can't be because the floor for a concert. I've been there for
maybe they said then as a sporting event.
Yeah, for a sporting event, yes.
That's what
because I've been there for you too, and you include the floor. So
yeah,
although when you do have the stage, the back end of it is not sold. Although sometimes, like Pearl Jam or Billy Joel, and some concerts, some bands have a stage that goes all the way around, so they sell all the way around. Because Pearl Jam sells it all the way around. Okay, and by the way, Pearl Jam has great engineering, just so you'll know. The back end sound you will not lose any generation of sound. They do an excellent job the way they engineer it. Kudos to the Pearl Jam people and Pearl Jam overall. They just know how to do things right overall, man. Maximus Cojones. Let's see. Dolphins are too Tyreek dependent because of the head coach. Tua is more capable of spreading around without Tyreek. No, I'm going to blame. Listen, I'm a big Tua guy. I'm a big Tua supporter, Tua believer, all that stuff. I blame some of it on Tua too. I'm not just going to lay it all on Mike. Yeah, I know Mike has a little way much. He calls too much plays, but it's up to the quarterback to make some other decisions at times. Okay, he sometimes forces it into Tyreek when he's doubled and tripled. I have to lay that on Tua, even though Tua's crazy ass can thread it in there at times, and he does it. And he does it often. It's still too risky. And there are times where it's gotten intercepted or deflected or incomplete. So I'm going to blame Tua. I'm not going to absolve Tua of some of the things that happen with him. Okay, even though I'm a big Tua supporter, big Tua believer, I am convinced he'll be a stud for this team. But he does have his mistakes that he makes. And last year, one thing that I was disappointed in with Tua is that he forced it a little too much, where some of the interceptions could have been avoided if he actually chose to either throw it away like Marino would do, or go to somebody else and not force it into Tyreek or Waddle, because sometimes he'll do that with a lot less than Tua and then Tyreek, but sometimes he'll force it into Waddle too. So, but I'm a Tua believer. I'm a 100% Tua believer, but I'm not going to absolve him when he does make mistakes. He does make them. We have to call it like it is. You see, Slater got on a roll. He also reported yesterday, Sophie Hall, the IG influencer, wants a jury trial now, which, according to what Slater reported, that the trial could last 7 to 10 days during the regular season. Here's what I want to know about all of this. Where's the video, dude? IG model and Tyreek and all that, they weren't filming. Nobody was filming. Really? Nobody was filming. Nobody in Tyreek's family, nobody in Tyreek's circle had a phone up and was having fun and filming and caught what happened. Really? Is that what you're telling me? You were in the backyard of the house? Huh? There aren't cameras that are recording constantly? Because the cameras in my Sloman's cameras, motion, they pick up everything.
None that you want to get released.
Now you got my point. See, now you froggered and you jumped ahead of me here on this one. Okay? Why isn't there any video, folks? Please tell me why there isn't any video. I mean, if she's lying, she couldn't be filming because she was playing. Okay? So she's the only one there. Everybody else is in somebody else's circle. Nobody filmed it. It's like with Chip Taylor. I got to call things fairly, right? It's like with Maximo here on IG. I got to call things fairly with Tua. I got to call things fairly here. And you know what? I'll call things fairly, and I'll call a lot of people out and talk show hosts and all that. Remember the video where Mike is like this? It's kind of like a cold, and he's like this, and they were saying he was vaping, right? Okay, everybody made the assumption and the accusation that he was vaping. So where's the video of the exhale? Last time I checked, every time you smoke, you inhale and exhale. Cigarettes, tobacco, you exhale only. You don't exhale it, you hold it in your mouth, but you still inhale, hold it in your mouth, but you exhale. Weed, inhale, exhale. How come there isn't a video of exhale? Oh, because he wasn't smoking. Because if he's smoking and you're filming, you're going to wait for the exhale. So that's where I call bullshit on that. And I call all the talk show hosts and anybody else that made that a thing you guys are a bunch of idiots because you guys are making it out to be something that it isn't. And if you don't have the follow-up video, you've got nothing, asshole. Oh, and by the way, last time I checked, every time you toke on anything, excess smoke will come out. Cigarette, tobacco, a vape pipe, whatever it is, when you toke, you don't take all the smoke in. Smoke always trails out. Where is it? Doesn't exist because he wasn't vaping. Tyreek, where's the video? Somebody was filming that. It's interesting how the video has never popped up. I wonder why. I wonder who would it incriminate if the video popped up. Again, the things that people don't talk about, we will talk about on this show. Okay? They don't want to talk about the Riley rings and the myth. Nobody talks about that. They just create the myth. So, and that's why you must move on from Tyreek Hill at the end of the season. And this is where fanboys and fangirls out there, oh, no, you can't get rid of Tyreek. How many more of those seasons do you think you're going to have when he's turning 30 now? Do you think, when X had the 10 interception year, I said, trade him now. Trade him this offseason now after the 10 interceptions. The same people that are saying don't trade Tyreek are the same people that are saying this now. I mean, don't trade X, because they told me then, oh, you're crazy. 95% of you thought I was out of my mind when I said trade X in the offseason right after the 10 interceptions. So 1,700, let's say he has another 1,500, 1,400 this year. How much more do you think it continues? You think somebody doesn't get old? You think their legs don't burn out? You think he may not get in more trouble off the field? So you see this, and what about if he misses a couple of weeks for this trial? Maybe it takes more than 7 to 10 working days? So then that's 2 weeks.
Court's not open Saturday and Sunday.
So then that's easily 2 weeks. He could miss 2 games because of stupidity. And again, I ask, where's the video? Just like I'll challenge the whole idiots on Mike McDaniel vaping. Where's the exhale? Where's the video? You can't accuse somebody of something when it doesn't even fit. Yes.
Not only that, but then it does go to court and everything happens. Does the NFL do anything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's I don't know if it does something that year or they wait till the following year, or I don't know. So be careful. Be careful.
Usually where there's smoke, there's fire.
Let's see. Big O, I'm wrong for not giving a shit if the coach vapes. Do we have other things to worry about? No, you're right. I don't care either. I mean, it still would be monumental that he's vaping on the sidelines. It would be, it's like watching Joe Namath with a fur coat. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, really, dude? Like, my man is in a fur coat on the sidelines in an NFL game, Like Mark Sanchez is eating a hot dog in the middle of a game, It would be one of those kind of things, That's where it would, but I don't think we would care about it. My point is, you're making shit up because there is no exhale. And there's an exhale in every kind of smoking and token. Smoking, token. When I was a youngin', I don't know what they call it nowadays, shotgunning, whatever it is that you do, there's an exhale every time. Just like I say with the Tyreek video. Where is that video of him and the IG model? Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. Somebody filmed that shit. Somebody's always filming. You got cameras. Playing in the backyard, you got cameras. So why isn't that video released? Big O, can you give an estimation when you think the Heat will land a big free agent? No, they never will land another free agent again until Butler leaves and they clear up space and then maybe they have the capital and all that stuff. But the biggest problem is that they have no capital. And because they have no capital, they're not ever going to acquire another real star again. You know, unless you tell me Dwayne Wade's recruiting somebody else again. Because last time I checked, the only guy that recruits here the last 15 years is Dwayne Wade. So it's not a Riley thing anymore. It's never been a Riley thing, by the way. It's never been a Riley thing. It's been a Wade thing the entire time. I have no hope for them at the moment. I haven't had hope for them for several years to pick up stars. I didn't really have much hope to have a star next to Jimmy Butler. I didn't think Jimmy could recruit it, and I was right. He never was able to recruit a star. And stars weren't willing to come here for Jimmy, and they're certainly not coming here for Riley. It's the dumbest shit in the world. So until they get the ammunition where they have to pay 4 or 5 first rounders and a pick swap and a player and that kind of stuff, until they get that kind of ammunition, the same ammunition all the other teams need, then they're not acquiring a star ever again. So they got to get back to getting that ammunition. You guys keep, no, they got a shot at Durant. No, they got a shot at Donovan Mitchell. And they got a shot at, who's the other guy from last year? Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard didn't even want to make an effort to come here. He could have forced the issue to come here. The rings. So we just got to get past this myth that you people have created and you lie to yourselves on a consistent basis. Get the ammunition and then you'll get in the game. You don't have the ammunition, you'll never be in the game. That's your answer, Oscar Rojas. Yes, sir.
All right, got a question for you about the Heat.
Yes, sir.
Dan, the film gent, if you look at his question, says, yeah, Jimmy can't recruit, but Bam can at least try to recruit players. I mean, not this offseason, of course.
Oh,
but here's my other question that you kind of said with Jimmy Butler. He goes through the season, I get that Bam
wasn't
tries.
Damian Lillard and Bam great friends?
Yes, and that's where I'm going. Like, I get that Bam tries, but again, if you're a star coming to this team, you don't have the other people around you.
No.
Bam is a great player.
But not a scorer.
Exactly. He's not going to help you in the scoring aspect of. So again, recruiting, I mean, I don't know that works anymore.
This is the delusional
for what they have, anyways.
This is the delusional part of our fan base. This guy right here, who was it, Dan, the film gent? He's the perfect example of our delusional Heat fan base. Bam can recruit. Who told you that, bro? Who told you that? Ira Winderman? Anthony Chang? Ethan Skolnick? Tim Reynolds? Who the told you that Bam can recruit, bro? I'm sorry. I must have missed it. Where are the recruits? Has he not been here like 6 years already? Where are the recruits? Was he not great friends with Damian Lillard? Why didn't Damian Lillard do what Harden does? What Bosch does? What LeBron does? Why isn't it that those guys can force the issue and go wherever the hell they want to go? Anthony Davis goes wherever the hell he wants to go. Durant goes wherever the hell he wants to go. And yet Damian Lillard, if he's such great friends with Bam, another myth created by the Miami media and the fan base. Riley throws the rings And Jimmy can recruit. I was told that 5 years ago. Lie. And now you're falling for the same bait that everybody else has thrown out there that Bam can recruit. ¿Desde cuándo? Since when? So until you show me an example that he can bring a star here, I'm going to say you're full of shit. Just like when you tell me, well, Riley, no, you're full of shit. Oh, no, Butler will no, you're full of shit. There are no examples. You have nothing to lean on. Riley doesn't recruit anybody. Nobody comes here for Riley. They demand picks and money from Riley. Okay? They insult Riley. Chris Bosh insults Riley by telling him, no, you want me to go back to Miami? No, you got to pay me more to go back to Miami. LeBron James has no respect for Riley and the Heat organization that he knew he was leaving to Cleveland, but he waited till the 10-day moratorium. So you keep thinking that, Riley's held to some standard that all these people walk around and they treat him like God. No, dude, give me my money. Give me my shit. I'm controlling this, not you, dude. That's how they treat him. And then the other one, Jimmy Butler can recruit, and now Bam can recruit. Now we're going to lie to ourselves about that. Bam can't enforce or can't impose his offensive will. You think he's going to impose his personality out there? That shit is funny, dude. That is freaking hilarious. The guy that has no personality on the court, the guy that isn't willing to say, I'm taking over. Now you think he's going to take over off the court. Oh, yeah, no, because I see him doing all kinds of commercials, and he's all over the place, and he's really connecting with people, and he's huge on social media, and he's on talk shows everywhere. Yeah, that's Bam. Yeah, it's Bam. Dude, Bam is a phenomenal human being and one hell of a player, and it ends there. It ends there. He's not a franchise guy. He's not a superstar, and he's not a recruiter, bro. It's amazing to me how we lie to ourselves about what really is not going on. Jeff Welt, Daniel Rayom, they won't lie to you, bro. They'll tell you straight up what's going on. And let me tell you something. Insurance companies aren't looking out for you. So we got lots of rainstorms. God forbid we get hit by a hurricane like our friends in Jamaica. Prayers for them right now. Listen, you're going to need the right lawyers in your corner because these insurance companies, they want to collect the premium. They want to collect that every month from you. They want to collect it by the end of the year, but they don't want to pay out. And they make it really hard. And guess what? The adjusters are working for them, not for you. Welton Rayom has their own adjusters. So if you've suffered any water damage, you're dealing with bankruptcy, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, call Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom right now. 954-966-4646. Ask for Jeff Welt. Guy's amazing. These are great people, and they're bulldogs. I saw them bring Progressive to their knees. 954-966-4646. Even if you don't need a lawyer now, save it on that cell phone, because if you have water damage, you don't want to call the insurance companies. You want to call them. They'll send their adjusters, and then they'll call the insurance company on your behalf. You'll never have to deal with that headache. The only thing you're going to do is pick up a check at their offices. 954-966-4646. Hell, you could be like one of our listeners the other day that got got his judgment, and he bought a Bitcoin. It's pretty awesome. I think he's like doing it like today or tomorrow because the check had to clear. So he's in the middle of this dip, dude. How about that? He gets to buy it down there. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good, dude. Let's see. What else do we have going on? All right. What else do we have here? Oh, Bam reminds me of ex-Heat PJ Brown. Exactly. He's a better PJ Brown, but you're right. You know, I've said this over that we've done is improve that position, but they're not stars. It started with Grant Long, right? Then we went PJ, then we went UD, and now we've got, Bam. But it's kind of that same glue guy. Bam's the best one out of the group, don't get me wrong, but not a superstar. So this whole thing, like Bam's going to recruit. Come on, guys. Why are we doing this to ourselves? It just makes no sense, man. Seriously. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, man. We're still at 39. Really, really low. I know this day like throws you guys off because normally we're not on at this time. We're on in the mornings. Thursdays is when we do this, so I know it kind of throws it off. Bam's a player teammate, but there's been no recruiting. Some get clouded by Bam's likable personality. They don't realize players aren't moving mountains to play with him. Nobody is moving mountains to play with Bam. Nobody. My wife is paying me alimony, and I buy all crypto with it. Damn, Kupo Bear is my hero. His wife pays him alimony, and he's buying Bitcoin with it, which I hope you are buying some Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Okay? Solana's at a really good price. Take advantage. Plus, it's going to skyrocket. So that's another one. Those three are money now. You can input it. So make sure you're adding a lot of that. Not a financial advisor, just, a thought. I think Bronny might start in the G League. Dan, the film gent, no, sir. Apparently, the idea was the agent was he needs a guaranteed contract, and he's staying. He doesn't want a two-way contract, and he's staying in the league. He got a 4-year contract. He's not getting sent to the. He didn't get a two-way contract. He's staying in the NBA. This is all LeBron, dude. Why can't UD recruit? UD's already old, dude. He can't go recruit young guys anymore. Young guys don't know UD anymore at this point. Yeah, he's an old head. Exactly. Yeah, dude. He can't relate to those guys anymore. And you're not playing with UD, bro. Who gives a shit at that point? A young guy's going to look at him and say, get out of my face, old man. They don't have that recruiting. They don't have anybody to recruit. Get the damn ammo. Go get the draft picks. Create the cap space. Do what you did in 08 and 09, dude. Take a couple steps back. Get young. Develop a nice young core. Get liquid and pick up draft picks. Maybe create some value for Tyler this year. Hopefully he stays healthy, gets on a run, and then move his ass. But what you have to do more than anything else is trade Jimmy Butler. You've milked that for all it could ever go. It's never going to be better, man. Never going to be better. Yeah, Bosch was a better offensive player than Bam. Yes. Yeah. But Bam is the better all-around player. So, I'll give Bam that. But Bosch is a star that Bam isn't. Bosch can impose his offensive will. He took Toronto to the playoffs. He carried them to the playoffs, and he was the only star. So he proved he can do it on his own, where Bam's never proven that because he can't do that. He doesn't. It's not that he can't. He can do it. He's got the skill set, obvious. He just doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have it in him to say, I'm the man. I'm taking over. Yeah.
The Heat have signed free agent guard forward Alec Burks on a 1-year deal. He averaged 10.4 points per game with the Pistons and Knicks last season.
Yeah, 3-point shooter. Yeah. Alec Burks was originally drafted by the Utah Jazz, if I'm correct. A long time ago. And I want to say mid to late first round pick was Alec Burks. I want to say. Bench player, bro. Nothing special. Rotational dude. Huh? Utah 12th overall. Wow, a little higher than I thought. Just because Bam is an all-NBA on defense doesn't mean he's a superstar. He's really good in his own right, but he's not a superstar and much less a recruiter for that recruiting stuff is crazy. Deep Zone says, nah, Big O. Jimmy stays one last time. Imagine we win it all this year depth. You see what I'm saying about the Heat Nation? You see how delusional it is? The deep zones is the perfect example of how delusional and how lost the Heat Nation is on average. It's the perfect, definitely blind ass fan alert. Give them one. Give them one. The deep zones deserves a blind ass fan alert if I've ever seen it before.
Blind ass fan alert. Blind ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind ass fan coming through.
You know, Dan, I'd love to give you a blind ass fan on that one, but it's I don't think you deserve it. I just think it's a myth that's been created. And it's being created by the media, by the way. I'm not exactly sure if it's Ethan doing it or Ira doing it or I don't remember who's doing it, but if any of those people are writing something about Bam being a recruiter, they are part of the problem. Okay? You know? So if it's happened, then you can send me an example of some of these writers doing it. Then we can call those specific writers out as being part of the problem. And again, part of the people in the NBA also fed me the bullshit about no, Jimmy Butler can recruit, and he couldn't recruit shit. All he can recruit was an old, broken down, fat ass Kyle Lowry. That's it. That's all he can recruit. Old, broken down, fat ass, lazy Kyle Lowry. He didn't look lazy in Philadelphia. That's for sure. But that's all he can do. So it's not your fault, dude. It's just something that's been, it's a misconception. It's a lie. It's a myth. And it's not your fault. Now, when you think the team, Deep Zones, thinks the team is better than what it is, that's a blind ass fan. That's a blind ass fan. That one deserves it. But, you know, the Jimmy will recruit somebody. He got here and he'll recruit. 5 years later, no recruiting. 6 years in, no recruiting. And now we're doing it with Bam. So whoever in the media is writing about those things, they're lying. There's no proof whatsoever that he's a recruiter. And there's no examples that he could ever be a recruiter. It's just that you catch a picture of him laughing with some guy at the USA Basketball. And then all of a sudden, you've got talk show hosts on radio or podcasters or writers saying, oh, there's Bam, and he's recruiting somebody, like he was recruiting Damian Lillard. Boy, yeah, Damian Lillard really showed that he wanted to play with Bam Adebayo last year. Oh, man, he really wanted to play so badly with Bam Adebayo. He tried so hard to make himself go to Miami, didn't he? So I'm not going to blame you for that, dude. That's just a lie that's been created. And stop falling for it. Just like the lie of the dollar. And I've been telling you, go Bitcoin and don't go dollar. We just try to keep it real here, bro, on anything. Yeah, let's go. What else do we have here? Let's see. I did tell you Marlins canceled the wave, so that was smart. Anthony Edwards has another baby mama. Well, he's headed down the Tyreek Hill path. He's going to have like 40 kids, and he's going to be so broke in the end. These guys think that the money lasts forever, and as they keep adding these baby mamas and these kids, and they've got to pay these baby mamas like, 8, 10, 15 grand a month for each kid. Because, my mom needed at least $15,000 a month for me. Of course. What did it take? Like 35 cents for lunch? A couple of trips to Burger King. The MacArthur man would drop by because I had to have my ice cream sandwich. Because, I'm old enough that we had the ice cream man stop by, actually. Yeah. Which, by the way, I actually think you kids are missing out on the ice cream man and the milkman coming, because you were able to go like pick whatever the hell you wanted. Wasn't that the? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think your mic is on. That was. Forgive my French. That was the shit. That was the shit, because if I wanted a half gallon of chocolate ice cream that day, I got it. And if I wanted a box of ice cream sandwiches, I got it. I think kids are missing out having the milkman show up once a week.
Listen, good afternoon, Big O. Sean.
Afternoon, sir.
Listen, I got to tell you, I love the ice cream man. Now, I had a little different ice cream man.
Yeah, you're
growing up in New Jersey.
Okay.
And we had. Did you know I was from New? I'm not sure if you remember that.
Jersey.
But yeah, something. It's up there. Mr. Softy.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Softy
was
the bomb. He was the truck. I could still that jingle comes down. If I hear that jingle, sometimes I twitch and I have to go have ice cream, right? But
you're talking about the ice cream man.
That was the ice cream man.
I'm talking about the milkman.
Okay, the milkman.
Because I used to have the MacArthur milk truck come by.
We had a milk truck too, but not an ice cream truck.
But he had it all.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty big. See,
that's badass. That's my point. He had the milk, and we actually rarely got the milk from him. I actually got more of the ice cream from him.
I didn't have
actually.
That. I lived the deprived
my mom
life.
would just go
I
to
lived the deprived life.
My mom would just go to the corner store, La Milagrosa, and just go buy the milk there or whatever. But the guy knew he had to stop because I would get ice cream every week.
So that's big time. So we were on.
That's big time, dude.
And we were on food stamps
early
too. But back
70s.
those days, we were
early 70s. You're getting your choice of ice cream coming to your house.
Here's why I love the milk delivery. We had milk delivery in that little box. It was in the kitchen, and it was outside. It had like two doors, like one outside, one inside. And then my mother, I don't know what happened. She would lock the keys in the house or something like that, and then they would prop me up. I would get on like my sister's shoulders, and then open the door, and then you can just push down the inside door. And then I was like, when I was a little kid, I was the youngest. I would sneak through. I was actually the middle, but I was the guy that always was the person. I guess they weren't going to put my sister through the
right.
And then you'd fall into the kitchen floor.
Right.
So
and then you can open the door.
Yeah. Then I go let my mom in. Yeah.
Right,
so the milkman was great. Mr. Softy was my ice cream man. I didn't have the MacArthur guy. That sounds like it was pretty cool.
Oh, that was super cool.
But when the ice cream, he would leave the milk.
Super cool.
He would leave the milk in a little milk box.
Yeah.
But ice cream would melt.
Right.
So,
right.
So
no. I was home watching cartoons,
and you'd get it,
and he'd pull in. And I'd dart right out of the house. Then my mom would be running behind me. Don't get too much or whatever, because obviously, you only get one thing, and whatever. And so then I had to decide what I wanted.
I had another one,
and ice cream sandwiches were big for me back in those days.
I had another one. Now I'm not a big chip guy. I mean, who doesn't love chips? Potato chips are as good as they get. We had in New Jersey. We had the Charles Chip delivery truck.
Oh, really?
They delivered bags of potato
your
chips
home?
to your home.
Wow.
Charles Chips. It was like a van, and you would order
that's pretty cool.
Three bags of chips. Maybe my father had that was big time. He had the barbecue chips. And he was like, hey, when he was around, we're getting barbecue. We're getting barbecue. That was big time. He was stepping out. Yeah. So we had
ice cream was the best.
Well, ice cream delivery is pretty cool. Now you gotta, I've been talking about ice cream for 2 days, but anyhow, back to Hialeah Park. Just so everybody knows.
Lenny Pena says, Mr. Softy, I remember that song in my head. I was born in the Bronx, and I was there till I was 9 years old. Mr. Softy was a fond memory from my childhood.
It was awesome. Mr. Softy was, and the truck was a little bit unique. It had, if you Google it and have the images, it was had a little character to the truck. It wasn't really a van. It was a little taller than a van. The guy could stand up in that truck. Yeah. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Did any of your viewers have Charles Chip delivery? You're delivering potato chips to your house.
No, so far I haven't gotten any reactions from that.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Julio Gonzalez says, Oso Blanco, Elizabeth, New Jersey. And George Albany says, yo, Mr. Softy is rolling through North Arlington, New Jersey.
My father was born in North Arlington. My uncle, who's 102, lives there right now.
Okay.
That's New Jersey.
Yes.
Just so you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Real close to New York.
Let's see. George, he just heard you from North Arlington. So he just heard you because he goes, tell him I'm from North Arlington.
No, my father went to North Arlington High School.
True Fin Fan says there was a serial killer from New Jersey. Yeah, you're talking about Son of Sam.
That
sold ice cream from a Mr. Softy truck. He was killed by Richard the Iceman Kulinski.
I don't know that one.
I don't know.
It wasn't my neighborhood.
There was a serial killer from New Jersey that sold ice cream from a Mr. Softy truck. He was killed by Richard the Iceman Kulinski. Never heard
I didn't know what that one. That was it.
Yeah. No, I never knew that. Jay Gelfin says Charles Chips delivered great cookies and pretzels too.
Yes. Yes. Chocolate chip cookies. They were out of this world.
Right.
And the pretzel sticks. Oh, the big ones, not the little.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It delivered to your house, potato chips.
So there you go.
We've gone backwards.
You got to Charles.
You got to go to a store. Well, you can go to GoPuff, I guess. Or GoPuff.
And by the way, Charles Chips still has a website, says Julio.
Oh, I see him in the store sometimes.
Yeah.
Occasionally. But yeah, that's all the old time. But
Pat in Nashville says I would get the ice cream with the gumball in the bottom. Twofer. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's a screwball.
No.
Screwball.
Yeah, see, I'm a hot fudge on the bottom and the top.
Yeah, but that's a screwball. He's talking about the screwball that came in that cone, that plastic cone. It was like a pink. It was like a pink ice cream.
Yeah, I didn't like the screwball. No, I'm a fudge guy.
You know what? Now that I think about it, the gum wasn't great.
No, and it was hard, and didn't taste like really bazooka. Bazooka's the bomb, right?
Yeah.
You could split it too. Remember, you could split
it. Yeah.
I didn't like. Yeah, 5 cents.
No, it was like 1 cent or 2 cents.
I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, it was.
You're much younger. Younger.
It was 1 or 2 cents.
It was 1 cent when Steve Calabro was going to the store.
Yeah.
I
remember the 2 cent gum.
There was penny candy, and there was lots to choose from. And bazooka gum was 1 cent, and it had a little comic in it.
Yeah. Bazooka Joe.
Yeah.
Bazooka Joe. Come on, bro.
Bazooka Joe. Yes. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
these are things that we need to bring back for the youth of today.
Yeah, they can appreciate good old Bazooka Joe.
Bazooka Joe.
Bazooka Joe.
Now it's like, oh my God, we can't have that because it's too much sugar. I mean, meantime, there's 1,000 other things that are probably 10 times worse, but you're worried about a thing of a bazooka gum, right? So, at any rate, Hialeah Park, we gave away 50,000 this past Saturday.
I know.
50,000.
How many names did you call out again?
So we called out
before you gave out the 50 grand. Because that's what I tell people all the time, to come at the end of the month and they go, I got no chance. And it's like, because I've been here and I've seen it, I've watched it, and you call out several numbers.
Yeah. So
you have to be here to win it.
So we did a little
which
something.
Is the trick. That means a lot of people don't come, and you have a better chance than you think to win the car or the $50,000 or the boat.
The people there.
Yes.
You see, no, it was a little. I think it was 9 or 10. We picked out 5 names. So we picked out 5 names, and then that means the 5 finalists are up there, and then we give them 5 people envelopes. One of the envelopes has the $50,000. The other ones have $1,000 of free play. You know, the booby prize is $1,000, right? But fantastic. The customers went nuts. They were really loving it. 50,000 large. We got that's just something.
Bitcoin's at 60. You can almost get an entire.
Could have bought a coin. Could have bought an entire coin, just like
almost
for like nothing.
Well, you got to hit the tax
I
man
got to tell you
first.
something on a stock basis. I got a little bit lucky. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut.
Why?
So I buy. I'm not even a big fan. I'm going to sell it soon, but I'm going to make a little money. I'm going to get out, right? But for some reason, I bought a couple different stocks, and one of them was Tesla, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. It's on fire the last 30 days.
Yeah.
The last 2 days. Yesterday was 20 points up, and today, when I checked it, it was up 10. I don't know where it's at right now, but on fire. Yeah. I'm not a stock picker.
But that's one of the. One of the 7 that you want to be invested in.
I know, but I'm gonna.
The entire stock market is garbage. It's 7. It's 7 stocks that carry.
I happen to buy it at
the S&P is carried by 7 stocks.
Yeah,
7 stocks. The rest of the stock market is
that's why you should do
really
ETF index
rigged
funds.
and
just do ETF funds.
But why would you sell your Tesla? Is the part I don't understand.
Well, because I'd rather have. Because the stock market is a little bit rigged, to be honest with you.
No, it's not a little bit rigged. It's incredibly rigged.
I'm older. I'm going to be 66 in August, so I'm going a little more conservative.
Oh, I got it.
I'm going to go.
Makes sense.
I got to get conservative a little. You know, not here.
So you're going to buy Bitcoin, is what you're saying. You're selling and going to buy Bitcoin.
Well, we're not sure of that yet. We're not sure of that. 246. I mean, literally.
Where'd you get in?
I bought it twice, right? I bought it like at 148. And that not too long ago, and the other half I bought a little higher. The other half was a little higher. It was like 208. 208.
You're killing it.
But I was down. Like if we talked 6 weeks ago, I was down. Like,
but I
was like,
welcome to investing.
I was looking at. It's like Jesus Christ.
Welcome to investing. That's just the way it goes, and you have to stick it through, and then eventually, if it's a good company you're investing in, it's going to bounce back.
I always said this. I love Microsoft. I always have. I know NVIDIA has been better, but Microsoft. Just look around. Everybody uses their products.
Yes,
and you can even see half of what
one of 7.
Yeah, that's
Microsoft is one of 7.
It's a great company.
Yeah,
but I kind of.
In fact, if you just bought the top 7 stocks,
you'd be.
That's all you got to do.
You'd be knockout with
every time there's a dip in the top 7 stocks, you just buy the top 7 stocks.
That's what I did with Amazon. I mean, not Amazon, with Tesla. Tesla.
And then you just ride it.
I bought Amazon.
You're going to be head over heels by the end because it only is going to go up.
But you can also come to Hialeah Park.
Right.
July 23rd, we're going to have a nice $5,000 poker tournament. So that's
Loses
slots downstairs. We had
we talked about the $100 no regret because tonight InterMiami's playing again.
Ooh.
And they are plus 215. They are 3-0-1 without Messi, Suarez, and Rojas. 3-0-1.
And so is there a point
and so
spread?
They're in Charlotte. Yeah, the point spread, if you want to take half a goal, if you get half a goal, it's minus 145. But the money line, they're plus 215 right now.
Yeah, I think you got to jump on that.
I'm taking the money line.
And where can you jump on it? At the Hialeah Park.
I already did this morning.
Hialeah Park. Just scan the barcode.
No, last night. Last night I did.
Code.
Last night I did it. Last night I took it.
I haven't done that one with the InterMiami. I have to think about that. I have to go back to my office.
Yeah.
And,
well, at this moment for me, that's the value. The value is there. They've played very well without the guys. The young guys are playing super well, and Charlotte's good, but InterMiami has been the best team in the league, and now that they're playing with confidence without these guys, they've won 2 road games out of the 4 games that they've played. Both are wins.
Nice.
So I like my chance. I'm not saying they're going to win for sure. It's not going to be an easy game for them, but I like my chances.
You like the value. I got another thing about slots I want to tell you. So we just did our annual year. Our year ends on June 30th. Downstairs, we have 5. You know what a progressive bank of slot machines is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the progressive bank has I don't know, 6 or 10 or 8 games on it. They're all going for the progressive. We have 5 jackpots right now that are over $100,000.
Wow.
5 progressive jackpots downstairs.
Lucis slots, come on over.
I mean, I got to tell you, there's a couple. There's 1 or 2 down there.
About the bust.
I mean, they're just ready to pop. I'm telling you, I'm going to come back next.
You know what? I've said it a couple times. I think Bitcoin's about to pop next week. So there we go. So you're getting the same feeling I am, but you just think it's about to pop any second.
Yeah, but I want your listeners to come out to Hialeah Park.
Damn right.
Come on down. Look at the rooms moving. The poker rooms.
Oh, it's always moving.
It's got some nice.
I always tell them about the TVs and look how this guy there was eating his food and getting his drinks served. It's a beautiful thing.
We've done some things too with our food and beverage. We're upgrading our food and beverage. We did some investment and a few internal changes, and I think we're going to be. I want your customers to know, and it's going to be
check it out
greatly improved. So good food, good food. We got $100,000 jackpots downstairs, plus the Lucis slots. We got a tournament on July 23rd. I'm going to sneak in one last thing.
Are you gonna give out a car again now?
Yes. This man thinks great minds must think alike. Great minds must think alike. So look, the team jumped on. The team. Well, see, I delegated to the marketing team. So it is a hybrid Alfa Romero hybrid SUV.
Ooh.
The green hybrid of the year. The green hybrid of the year. Giving it away. You earn entries in starting August 1st. Right? You might win the $100,000. Then what the heck?
There you
the
go,
car's
folks.
just an extra bonus.
Hybrid Alfa Romero.
So,
by the way, this is the second Alfa Romero you've given away.
Yes. So we have I guess the team, the marketing team, has an affection for Alfa Romero. The car that I think the brand, and we've done it like 3 times, so we were trying to mix. Mercedes is also another. We'll always
you've already given a Mercedes.
Every year we do a Mercedes. It's a very, very hot brand in Miami-Dade County.
Right.
I think the Latinos really, really love Mercedes.
Like, who doesn't like Mercedes?
I'm not a big Mercedes fan.
It's a great car, but you can't deny it.
I can't deny it. It runs smooth, blah, blah, blah.
Very well made.
I've never been. I think they're, but people in Miami-Dade love
fine,
Mercedes,
but
they also love Alfa
I've
Romero.
never had one, but I can't deny that it's
I've never had
hell
one
of a vehicle.
I've
never had a Cadillac, and I have so much respect for Cadillac that
I've never had a Cadillac either.
But yet they're great freaking cars.
I love my car too, but anyway, that's.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of good cars. It's just but
the
that's
Alfa Romero is very cool. It's the green SUV of the year. It's a
nice.
I think the brand we're calling.
Is that for July?
No, it's going
or August.
August.
Okay,
August, and it's the Labor Day is like September. It's the Saturday of Labor Day.
Okay.
Which would really be 1:00 in the morning on Sunday.
Right.
We know that.
Be here. Trust me, you will have a better chance than
Saturday.
You think.
Casino Saturday, yes. Sean,
not a lot of people. Not a lot. They enter and they don't really come on that night. I'm telling you, you guys have a better.
The
chance
odds are very good. The odds are very. We're giving it away.
Yeah.
we don't.
By the way,
we pick it and
just
we don't give it.
Just because I've told the listeners, Swan. You know what a Swan is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Swan.com. Go on the website. They're a terrific company. They're a Bitcoin platform. They have shows and everything on YouTube and all that. They sell Bitcoin, and you can transfer it to your cold storage wallet. But in your case, you can stash it there for the moment.
You can stash it in there,
but you don't really have to buy. But if you go to their website and go onto the promotion, you sign up, you put your email, then you download their app, and you connect. You open your account and connect your bank account to it, so you can buy Bitcoin if you want, and you can do it if you want. They're giving away a Bitcoin. But you have to
be
sign up. You have to
registered.
Get and sign up.
You could win 60,000.
You can win 60,000.
Well,
whatever Bitcoin is.
When are they giving it away?
I think they're giving it away in a couple of weeks. But go to swan.com and
do it. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
If one of your listeners,
all out there, for those of you that haven't heard it,
if I go on,
go to swan.com.
Come on,
I would be so happy for you. By the way, there is one requirement. If any of you win the Bitcoin, dinner. You have to take Sean to a steak dinner.
So do you like steak and lobster or just steak? I mean, that's surf and turf.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
come
a
on.
surf-
You're a surf and turf guy.
I don't think
you're as much as a surf and turf guy as you are a steak guy. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's
I'm a
not-
surf and turf guy.
Sean is not he's not a biased person. But Sean
So am I.
Sean is
So
not
am I.
Sean is not biased to food at all. He loves all food.
Listen, you know where I eat any food. You know when I was at this past Sunday, I saw my daughter right up in my stepdaughter.
You're on a seafood diet.
Well,
you
yes,
see food and you eat.
and
it.
I eat it, but I'll eat any type of food. So my stepdaughter, she's a beautiful person, but we'll get together in New Jersey, right? And in Spring Lake, New Jersey. You know where we went for Irish food. St. Stephen's Public Pub there. And get this, we go in, we're in Spring Lake, New Jersey. Like it's it's a little town in New Jersey, kind of near the shore. Bangers and mash. I had bangers. I didn't have mash. I had bangers. So it's kind of weird that you said that. You're like the third person who asked me about bangers and mash.
Well,
right?
that's kind of one of the first things.
I thought you say shepherd's pie.
When you
right?
think
Shepherd's
when you
pie.
think Irish, that's kind of one of the first things
No,
you
I
come
think
up
shepherd's
with.
pie. Shepherd's pie, right? Yeah, that was another one, right? And so we get this waiter. He's been in the United States for 10 months. He's from Ireland. He's got the greatest Irish accent on the planet. Great waiter, Noel. His name was Noel. We were at St. Stephen's. It was fabulous Irish food. I'm an Italian guy. I like Italian food, Latino food, Greek food. I'm eating Irish food and enjoying it and having a great time.
Yeah.
Only in New Jersey. Only in New Jersey can you do that. Well, maybe not. But anyhow, I better run because at some point you're going to jump over and start hitting
No,
me.
Man. No, it was awesome.
If I mention the word Jersey one more time, Sean's coming over.
It's all. Listen, they're happy here. You're giving away an Alfa Romero now.
Alfa Romero.
$100,000 jackpots.
5 of them.
Jackpots. Lots of them down there. So they've got. You're looking for pot. They've got your pot right here at Hialeah Park, bro. Lots of pot. So, come on over. You might win a pot of money.
On that note, next week I have something for you on just stay focused. Remember that the pot. Just remember the pot. Just remember the pot.
Did you enjoy the celebration this week from the Panthers?
It was nice. I didn't go, so it was.
I wanted no part of going, but I watched it on television. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad that they won. Thank God. It was.
Yeah, I know. 3-0 and then 3-3.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
They made it a little too exciting, or whatever the hell you want to call that. Maybe not exciting, but nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But it was good to see that another Florida hockey team. I mean, like Tampa's had a cup. Like nobody thinks that you
3 out of the last 5 cups here.
It's kind of weird. Like it's nobody in the country. And I'm sure in Canada, they've got to be flipping out that there's Florida hockey teams winning, Sir Stanley or whatever there.
I blame Trudeau.
Well,
that's it. I'm just going to go with that.
I'll end it with this. You can blame Trudeau on a lot of things.
Yeah, that's why I'm just going to, he's a complete mess. I might as well blame him for their hockey problems too.
Everything, including the hockey.
Get rid of Trudeau, and maybe one of your teams might win a Stanley Cup one day.
That's the plan. That's it. All right, boss. Take care. Remember, pot next week.
Yes, lots of pot.
Yeah,
right here.
The pot. We have
lots of pot.
$100,000 pots.
Remember, lots of pot out here at Hialeah Park. All right. Later. Steve Calabro. We love him. Loosest slots. You can't beat that, baby. Can't beat that. What was the last team Alec Burks played for before joining Miami? Like I remember from playing in New York, but I forgot. He's been all over the place, bro. He's a bench player, hit some threes. No big deal, dude. No big deal. By the way, we've got another sweet dip going on right now, folks. We are at 59,589. This is sweet. Take advantage. That's all I can tell you. Okay? Take advantage. All right? That is amazing. Let's get to some music and some birthdays. We haven't done that today. Let's start off with birthdays, and we start off with musicians born on this date. Let's see. Kevin Hearn Keyboardist, guitarist, and accordion player with the Bare Naked Ladies, born on this date in 1969. Martin Walsh, bassist for the English alternative band In Spiral Carpets. I love In Spiral Carpets. Vince Clarke, born on this date. He is a beast. Synth pop musician, songwriter with Depeche Mode. And also, what's it called? Erasure, too, by the way. Isn't Vince Clarke? Yeah, Vince Clarke is Erasure, too. So Depeche Mode, Erasure. Dude's a beast, bro. Beast. Laura Branigan. Late Laura Branigan was born on this date in 1957. She died from a brain aneurysm in 2004. Mike Corby, British guitarist and keyboardist with the Babies, born in 1955. Neil Clark. Andy Fraser, I'm sorry. There we go. Andy Fraser, English musician with John Mayall's Blues Breakers. He also was part of Free. And let's see, anybody else of note? Okay, we'll go with that on the music side. Let's go with regular birthdays for other famous people. Tom Cruise is 62 today. Ooh, Elle King. She wasn't on the musicians list. She's good, man. 35 years old today. So I've seen her in concert. She's impressive, Elle King. Thomas Gibson, actor, 62. Who else do we have celebrating birthdays? LaToya Jackson, I don't know who she is. Julian Assange is 53 today, fresh out of jail and celebrating a birthday. Good for him. Let's see. Cole Tucker, baseball player, is 28 years old. And that is it. What do you got for us on the wrestling side, my brother?
Johnny Swinger of ECW fame turns 49 today, and Joey Janela from AEW fame turns 35. Those are your wrestling birthdays.
All right. Music history now. Always love telling you what happened today in music history. On July 3rd in 1971, Jim Morrison died of a heart attack in his Paris hotel room. He was in the bath at the time. Fans would learn of his passing until 6 days after it happened, by which time he was quietly buried in the Père Lachaise cemetery. I probably didn't even pronounce that right, but I tried. In 69, Rolling Stones member Brian Jones drowned in his pool while under the influence of drugs, and he was 27 years old. In 73, on this date, Lauren Hammonds, who invented the Hammond organ, died at the age of 73. In 2002, Ozzy Osbourne's wife, Sharon, underwent emergency surgery after being diagnosed with colon cancer. In 73, during their final show of their 60-date tour, David Bowie announced that he was retiring from live performance. However, it was his persona, Ziggy Stardust, that was actually retiring. In 2002, Elton John became the first person to be made honorary doctorate of London's Royal Academy of Music. And in 86, on this date, U2 crew member Greg Carroll was killed in a motorcycle accident in Dublin while running an errand for Bono. The song One Tree Hill on 87's Joshua Tree is dedicated to Carroll. And to this day, when they did that tour for the Joshua Tree, not the original tour, I'm talking about I saw that one, but recently, a few years back, they redid, what was it, 40th anniversary or something, or 30th anniversary of Joshua Tree. He would mention it in the tour. And that's what happened today in music history. LaToya is the Jackson's youngest sister. Oh, okay. All right, but she's a nobody, so she's just a Jackson. She hasn't accomplished jack shit. Ain't worth mentioning. Good for her. Happy birthday to the kid, but I'm not putting her there with other famous people just because she came out of somebody famous. You know, it kind of sounded like that. That's why I kind of skipped over and just continued. Not worth it. Happy birthday, George M. Cohen, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Okay. He's a Yankee Doodle Dandy. A Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. Damn. The shit that's in my head. I don't know. I don't know why it rolls around in there. I have no idea. Remember, folks, anytime you're listening, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And, of course, you can make a Bitcoin donation, which you know we love our Bitcoin donations. And right now at 59,747, this is the right time to make a Bitcoin donation. So appreciate all of you out there. All right. We thank Steve Calabro. We thank, of course, the Brunetti family making it nice and easy for us here and great supporters of our platform. Sean Stanley, love working with this man every day. Don't forget to visit our merchandise shop there. And you can buy hats and shirts and support our platform. Blind Ass Fan shirts. Frankie Fresco, you should buy a Blind Ass Fan shirt. It fits you perfectly. By the way, if your business wants to be a part of our platform, we can broadcast anywhere in the world. You ship us there, we will be there. 786-754-4664. You can also reach out to us on our email at bigoradioshow@yahoo.com, just in case you're out international and you want to reach out to us. But if you want to call us, if you're local, statewide, nationally, 786-754-4664. If your business wants to be a part and support our platform, we appreciate it immensely. We'll see you all on Friday morning at 10 a.m. We're off tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.